Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we have some repairs to do, although not that much. We can definitely deploy again before this next financial report. So let's tick on forward and get these repairs done. We're also going to get our terrain mapping sensors complete. So we have one additional extremely expensive upgrade here, and I think there are some expensive upgrades left down this way. No, these are all pretty cheap. What about this upper drive upgrade? Yeah, that one's kind of expensive. And the recreation ones are pretty cheap as well. So this one's very expensive. We'll get that going, but we need to make some money now because we just spent 4 million C-bills on that. So let's hop into our barracks. I believe all of our mech warriors are back now, right? Hang on, we should double check that. Yes, they are. Okay. So let's get some promotions done. We'll grab a point of guts for Capo. What else do we have?
Commander.
Gorgon, a point of tactics. I like it. Anybody else? Yes, a point of guts for Klisk. That'll be fine. Although I probably should have gone for piloting for her. But that's okay. Romeo we're not choosing yet. And Weasel Cakes. Ah. So Weasel Cakes can either get Warlord or Controlled Bursts. Obviously, he pilots a missile boat. So Warlord is the better option there. Alternatively, he can go for Sensor Lock or Field Command. I think that we go for Warlord here.
Training confirmed,
there we go.
Commander.
So that'll be fine. We'll probably forget to use it, like I usually do. But that's okay. Let's hop into the command center, and let's get ourselves some money, because we're going to have a pretty expensive financial report in 13 days, and we just spent 4 million C-bills. So we definitely want to make some money here. This is interesting. We only have time to load 6 units, but the enemy force will be limited as well. It's a relatively cheap, or relatively easy way to make a fair amount of money. These down here are significantly more difficult for not that much more cash. I mean, this one is a full million extra C-bills, but yeah, I'm leaning towards this one as a quick and easy way to get money. So we just run it something like this. We can only load 6 units. So who do we leave behind? Wait, the Crusader, or rather the crossbow is not actually done. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. We also never looked at the Epimetheus, which I kind of forgot about. Wait, that's our crossbow X. Yeah, these are actually not repaired. We should probably wait on that. So while we're doing that, I got a little ahead of myself. Let's take a look at this Epimetheus Prime. We should probably take a look at both of these. Clan Ferrofibrous Armor, Clan Endosteel Structure. Okay, we can't really replace that. They had a lot of battle computers on here that have been deleted. Okay. This is pretty high tech, actually. But we lose most of the tech. So, this thing comes with nothing on it. Everything was destroyed. Okay. That is a little unfortunate. What if, hypothetically... let's see here. We have one ballistic hardpoint here and one here. I wouldn't necessarily mind this thing being an artillery boat to replace the hoplite. So, do we have a sniper artillery ammo at this point? We do not. We do have an Arrow 4 ammo. So, if we were to run an Arrow 4 here, that would use up, requires 2 additional free slots. Okay, so I guess we can't put it there. Can we put it in this arm? We can put it in this arm. Okay, so maxing out this armor, that gives us 34 tons to work with. If we were to run some Arrow 4 ammo here, we only have the 1 ton of Arrow 4 ammo. So we'll get, what, 5 shots? Yes, we'll get 5 shots. That's not a lot of shots. I feel like we can't really turn this into an artillery boat yet. Okay, let's hop out of there for now, and I think we'll come back to the Epimetheus. But I did want to look at the Bandersnatch here. Now, that's 2 days away from completion. I'm actually going to cancel it. And we're going to hop into the Bandersnatch here, because I want to do some potential upgrades here. So first things first, we're definitely going to max out this armor, right? And hit the repair all button just in case. I do want to swap out this LRM 15 for the LRM 20. Now that's going to be a tonnage issue. No doubt about that. So that's 10 tons versus the 7 tons. So we're going to have to free up 3 tons, or a little under 3 tons. We could potentially just slap on a ferrofibrous armor. That nearly does the trick. We need about another ton. What about endosteel structure? That requires additional slots. We cannot do that. So what if we ditch the ferrofibrous armor in favor of the endosteel structure? That works. And that gives us 0.875 tons to work with. Well, we could certainly toss in an additional heat sink. We have a slick suite here. That's definitely interesting. Would that replace our cockpit voice? It would. Is that better? +2 initiative or +1 piloting? I'm going to take the slick suite, I think. Beyond that, we could put in an additional heatsink. We don't really have any double heatsinks. I would love to upgrade this to a double heatsink. We could ditch the LRM-5, but I don't think that's a good call either, necessarily. So let's put in an additional heatsink here. Of course, we know this thing is going to have significant heat issues, but then we can drop 0.125 tons worth of armor. So I think dropping them in the legs is not necessarily ideal, but it would only be 5 points in each leg. Yeah, let's do it. So that's going to be relatively expensive. We'll get that going. Now, we've got this crossbow here. What do we want to do with this crossbow? That's an interesting question. We do have this LRM-5 that I'd like to get rid of. Let's actually just strip the equipment and max out that armor. Okay, FCS multi-track, noted. So we have these Omni hardpoints. We have a total of 5 Omni hardpoints. And we have about 33 tons to work with. This is running a primitive engine. So we would want to swap that out for a standard fusion engine, most likely. Although we might do a light engine, but even just this is going to be reasonably expensive. We could get this going and get it into this state and figure out what we want to do with it later. And I think that's what we're going to do here. So let's validate this. Yes, I know that it's not ready for battle. Let's do it anyway. So we've spent a lot of money.
I'll get it in the schedule.
No doubt about that. The Bandersnatch is highest priority. Okay, let's get going here. So we're going to get these repairs done. We're going to finish the Bandersnatch. I want to bring the Bandersnatch with us for this deployment, so we can task Darius with selling the meat on the market. Okay. Morale decreased by 5. That was not ideal. Yeah, we did not get any bites on selling that. That's fine. We need to make a bunch of money. So let's hop into the command center here and get going on that. So we know that we wanted a mission, and we wanted this mission specifically. We've only got time to load 6 units, and we'll see what we've got here. So we're going to want to bring, or rather leave behind, probably the hoplite here. And who else? The rifleman. Yes, this is who we'll bring. Okay. I will see you guys after the loading screen. So here we are, all loaded up, and let's see what we're up against. It's Word of Blake, so that means if they only have 1 lance, then we'll have an even number of units. They're amateurs, apparently. They're up on that hill. Rain will help with heat sinking, which is good. We could deploy somewhere down this way, and then just advance up the hill. I think that's going to be our best bet. So we would deploy about here. Cool. And then we'll just advance up this hill and see what we've got. What do they have here? Oh, these are interesting. Okay. They outnumber us about 2 to 1, I think. These are all relatively small mechs.
I've got your back.
So we're going to have basically no chance at hitting them as of right now, obviously. I'm just going to position our Centaur over here, and we're just going to start like, working our way up this way. We do see that there is a couple of manticores up over here. We're going to have to work through these very quickly.
Commander?
Okay, so the grasshopper is just going to move out over this way.
Moving to position.
We have a significant weight advantage in a, like, per unit basis, right? So all of our mechs are significantly better than theirs, but I'm fairly certain that they outnumber us by a pretty wide margin. And they're going to have a bit of a flank on us here, but we're just going to take cover down over this way. So our Black Knight is advancing up over this direction. And we're just going to need to start chipping through these very quickly. So we're going to have to move fast here, lest we be overwhelmed. This Vulcan closes in over here. This is good for us. They shouldn't do this. That's a striker? Okay, noted. So they definitely have 2 lances. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they have at least 1.5 lances. So that's certainly noted. But these mechs are small and will die quickly. If we can hit them. They're relatively high evasion. But I think we can. So the Clint is positioning up over here. They're definitely moving in close. That's a light mortar carrier? Okay. And now this Blackjack is going to move. It positions about there. Noted. It's a Manticore there. Okay. And that's a Turin APC. Sure. Okay, so at this point, our Centaur can start to move in on some of these. So we've got this Stinger out over here with 7 evasive. We've got this Blackjack with 5. I want to get into rear arc of this Blackjack, and I want to eliminate it. We should be able to take it out fairly easily, in theory, with our Centaur if we're rolling halfway decent. Successful melee. Which was definitely in the leg. That didn't go well. That damage went everywhere. Okay. That is very unfortunate. Also, we immediately get that sound stuck on. That's very rude. Well, our crossbow is going to need to move in. Can we get a rear arc attack on this Blackjack? We can. And I'm going to fire it like this. We want to eliminate these as quickly as we can. So rear arc attack here.
Roger that.
That sound is very annoying. We're going to have to mute this again already. Did we hit that melee attack? Yes, we did. Beautiful. Engine crit there. We destroyed a couple of pulse lasers. Okay, we gotta turn this down. Sound effect goes there. There we go. Okay. So now what do we got going on? This is going to be a phase 15 mover, potentially this Vulcan, potentially this Clint. It's the Stinger. Noted. So they're firing on a Black Knight. We don't really care about that. Yeah, I'm aware, Darius. We've known about these reinforcements for a bit now. Okay, so our Bandersnatch is going to want to get into a rear arc of something. We're actually already in rear arc of this Scorpion. That looks like a pretty simple kill, actually. Yes, our heat is going to be horrible. Let's not fire these ER medium lasers, but everything else. Nice. So we took out one tank there.
Bang! You're dead!
Excellent. Next up, they are going to be moving their Vulcan and one other unit. That'll be a vehicle up over here. We don't know what vehicle that is necessarily. Okay, so the Vulcan moves up and goes for rear arc attack on our Black Knight. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I'm a little sad that we've not managed to eliminate any of these mechs with the rear arc attacks yet, but we'll get there. We definitely will get there. And then these vehicles are not, like, hugely threatening. The Striker is going to move out over here and hit side arc on our Bandersnatch, but it actually missed literally everything on only 2 evasive. So that's not too bad. Next up is going to be our Grasshopper. And the Grasshopper can get into some rear arcs here. I'm interested in positioning it perhaps here. Alternatively, I think going after this Clint might be the way to go. We position it here. We kick rear arc on the Clint. We may stray shot over here if we miss. Let's do it. That's a safer stray shot angle. So we're going to take this attack. A successful melee means that this Clint is going to take a lot of damage here. Nice. So that's a leg destruction. The Clint is going to get knocked down. So that's all well and good, but that's not going to destroy the Clint. It did a lot of damage to him. No doubt about that. But once again, they're not dead to that rear arc attack, which is sad, but it's not the end of the world. So at this point, I'd like to move the Black Knight out over here and finish off this Blackjack. We've already softened the rear arc, and I want it gone.
And here it comes.
And there it goes. Fantastic. So -1 Blackjack.
Hostile eliminated.
Indeed. Next up is Phase 13. That is not any of these units. Oh, no, it is. There's a Cyclone here. Right. Forgot about the Cyclone for a moment there. So the Cyclone is going to be moving here. I'm not too concerned about it. Where's it going to go? Attacking our Black Knight and mostly missing, although getting those 2 ER medium lasers in there.
Damage is light.
But positioning down here is absolutely fine. Our Marauder can move down and attack the Cyclone. Is that the target, though? 6 evasive versus 5 evasive with the Vulcan. I think the Vulcan is the target here. If we moved here, we were in danger of stray shotting out over this way. But if we move here, we could stray shot the Cyclone. So that would be the goal here. The Mortar Carrier is going to fire on our Black Knight. This is unsurprising. And really not too bad.
Systems holding.
Yeah, that's not a concern. So next up is going to be our Marauder. As I said, I want the Marauder to go after the Vulcan here for lower evasive as well as better stray shot potential. We'll see how this goes, but we're not necessarily expecting the world out of this with only a 55% kick chance.
Engaging.
We successfully kick, though, and now we're kind of expecting a lot out of it. It's a leg destruction, and actually the Vulcan just dies to an ammo explosion. I like it. Yes, that's fine that you're calculating. Whatever. So that's 2 mechs in a vehicle down already. Not too bad. And 2 other mechs in serious damage. I like it. They're firing on our Grasshopper. This doesn't matter to us. Yeah, we're going to clean this up quite quickly. So this looks good. They do have a couple of vehicles up here that are going to continue to move. So that'll be this Manticore. Sure. Seems absolutely fine.
Commander. Nothing to see here.
And the other will be... I'm not sure we know what the other vehicle is. Oh, no, it's this guy. It's the Manticore here. Okay, that's fine. Quite a lot of frontal armor. Not as much rear armor. He just exposed his side arc to us. Okay. That's intriguing. So the Clint gets up. And honestly, the Clint is in really bad shape here. We'll see what it wants to do. I wouldn't be surprised if the pilot just ejects. Okay, it just positioned there. Weird choice, but whatever. So the Centaur, I want to send after this Stinger, I think. I want to hit it rear arc, physical weapon attack, and this should kill the Stinger. Let's get that out of here. I want all of these reinforcement mechs cleaned up. So that's a leg destruction there. So the Stinger will definitely get a knockdown, but it's dead from this. 1,000% it's dead. There we go. Excellent. A Royal Heatsink kit, huh? Okay. So next up is going to be a vehicle. That's fine. Phase 10, this Blackjack moves. Phase 12, the Cyclone moves. And Phase 2, the Clint. So we can clean these up very easily. I believe that was an attempt to tag our Centaur, but they did not succeed. Okay, next up is our Bandersnatch. I kind of want the Bandersnatch to come up this direction and fire on something here. I think the Manticore MBT is the way to go here. Heat is, of course, a concern, and we're going to dial back a couple of these ER medium lasers. But we'll just soften up this Manticore a little bit with our fire support. Looks good. Now, most of our mechs are still going to be
Good to go.
focused on dealing with these guys, but is our crossbow in that category? I think yes. I think the crossbow comes and eliminates the blackjack. Back over here. Maybe we don't fire this LRM, but we fire the other.
Confirmed. Affirmative.
Successful melee attack. Okay, beautiful. He is out of here. Looks good. So next up
I'm
would
ready.
be our Black Knight. Now, I don't think that the Black Knight can get into rear arc of this Cyclone without a charge. Maybe it can. Oh, it can. Do it. Absolutely do it. Rear arc the Cyclone. We could
Locked
kill it
on
here.
For physical attack.
Ooh, we missed the melee, though. That was a 70% chance, so that's sad.
Swing and a miss.
That does mean that the Cyclone lives to fight another round. Successfully meleeing that would have made that a lot more likely, but sadly it did not happen. The Cyclone is in serious danger here, though. No doubt about that. And we could potentially swing the Marauder out this direction. I don't think we get into rear arc. That Striker moves up and fires at our Bandersnatch. For the moment, this is fine. The Bandersnatch can absorb this damage for the moment. Next up would be our
Orders.
Marauder. Okay. Can we swing out into rear arc over here? No, we only get side arc. I'm not shocked about that, so we're not going to bother with a sprint. And we'll just position it about
Moving
here.
to position.
Wow, these are low hit odds for having... Oh, wait, we didn't successfully hit that. Right.
Copy that.
Okay, well, let's just see what we can get done there. The answer is not a whole lot, but we did manage to tag it. Now, the Cyclone gets to move now. It's not going to be happy about its situation. That's for sure. If we'd hit that melee attack, the Cyclone definitely would have died to one of those two attacks. Unfortunately, we didn't, and so here we are. The Grasshopper is definitely going to take out the Clint. Ooh, a structure exposure on the Black Knight there. We'll have to take a look at that.
My armor's breached.
Yeah, that's... It managed to hit everything all in one spot there. That is in this arm. All we've got in that arm is a large laser, so that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Okay. Phase 12, they've got another unit moving. Okay, they're firing on our Centaur. This is irrelevant. Absolutely, completely fine.
Barely a scratch.
Next up is going to be our Grasshopper, and the Grasshopper is going to finish off this Clint. There's absolutely no way that it survives. And it's gone just from the melee.
Let's
I
do
love it.
this.
So that's
One
great.
less target. Once more under the breach.
And we're definitely making our way through this pretty quickly. However, it's about time to put a cut in here, and the last few episodes have been, going for the Black Knight there. Luckily, it didn't hit the exposed arm, so
Barely
that's
hit,
good.
Commander.
The last few episodes have been pretty long, so I think I'm going to put a cut in here, and we're going to extend this one into 2 episodes, and we can spend some time working on refitting our crossbow and our Epimetheus after this, although I don't know what we want to replace them with. We'll have to, or rather what we want to use them to replace. The hoplite would be a good option. We might just have to strip the current Thumper artillery off of the hoplite and not have the sniper artillery for now. That might be a requirement. For now, though, I am going to put a cut in here as soon as we have gotten through this this phase here. We're just going to need to get to our movement time. Yeah, there we go. Now we're good to go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.